Hey there, Vicky. And I just going to ask everybody
Hello.
to mute. Great to see you after you say hi, Vicky, of course. All right, it is top of the hour, and we are ready to go. Janet Legere here with CLB Learning, and we have a great call in store for you today. We are going to be talking about the CLB Blogging Platform. So if you're not familiar with it, you're going to learn all about it today. If you're familiar with it, you have a blog and you haven't used it yet, you're going to figure out why you want to start using it. And so we'll talk about some of the areas of where you would use your blog, why you'd want to have that blog. And I will talk about how it's connected to Lead Sleep, which is an incredible tool. Lots of things we're going to cover today. So let's get started, shall we? The first thing we're going to do is go into desktop sharing. All right. It's great to see everybody here today. I said make it all smaller. All right. We're going to head over here into CLB Learning and we're going to log into the back office. Now, the CLB blogging platform is only available to upgraded members. So if you are still a free member, you're watching this webinar, you're live on Facebook, you're live on our call, you want to consider upgrading so that you can get your own blog, because it's one of the benefits of being an upgraded member. So as an upgraded member, when you log into your back office, right over here on the left-hand side is a button that said upgraded membership bonuses. So when you click on that, it's going to bring you over here for some information about the blogging platform. So there is a link here to the default blog, which is the naked blog. I'm going to show you that in a minute. And then just below it, right here, all right, click here to register. When you click on that, it asks you for a password. So you're going to click there to register. You're going to enter the password. And I do check. So, I mean, if you're a free member and you find the form and fill it out and send it in, unless you are an upgraded member, it's not going to happen. Anyways, here's the form. You're going to get your name, your email, your CLB username, and or the username that you want on your blog. All right, it can be the same or it can be different. It's up to you. Um, I like to use my name, but my CLB blog instead of Janet Legere, because I have more than one CLB blog. I have a Coach Janet. So whatever you want to put there, okay? So I have it listed here, username. That's what you put here under username. And enter your CLB ID number. So that just helps me to put your blog together, because those are the keys that I need. That's the information I need to create your blog. So each of the blogs are created manually. It's not an automatic thing. You don't fill out the form and boom, your blog is created. I actually go in and create them manually. All right. Hang on here, guys. All these messages keep coming up. So I'm just going to close this. We're going to assume that you have a blog. So I have created a blog for you. Just let me show you the default blog. Okay, so here is the default blog. So this right here, this page, this is what I use to create your blog. Okay, so you see right here, get started with CLB. This is a page that goes directly to CLB Learning, and it will go, see right here, it's going to ID number 23. It's going to go to your page. Okay. Over here under who we are and what we do, when we click on that, that is another page that talks a bit about Dawn and I and CLB Learning, where it came from and what we do. Very short page. And here, get started with CLB Learning, again, is going to go to your CLB page. And you can change those links once you have access to your blog. All right, so we're going to go back to the home page here and show you that the very first thing that we have one blog post created for you. So your blog comes with a post already created. And right here, we're going to change that name and put your name there. And at the bottom of the page, once again, we're going to put your link right here. Okay. So that's the default blog. Now here is one that I have created. All right. It's called CLB Training. And it says, pardon me, list building with Janet Legere. And so yours is going to say list building with Vicky Osgood Watley, list building with Jason Coleman, list building with James Stevens. And I'm going to show you some of those blogs when we get going. And again, it's naked, all right? But if we go click here to get started, I see I haven't changed this one because this is still, it's a naked blog. I'll show you mine. All right, but down here we go. My name is Janet. And then it talks about CLB and this link. Of course, I haven't changed it yet, but I will show you that those things get changed. Okay, so let's close that one. Now, this is my blog. All right, so when you get your blog, it's naked. All right, it goes to your links, it has your name, but nothing else is on it. You have the opportunity, once you have your blog, to edit it, to play with it, to change it, to do whatever you want with it. Okay, so this is my blog, my personal blog, Coach Janet. Now, pardon me. You'll see here that we have some extra things here. I have 2 extra pages. I have a resource page. I'll show you how to add a page. So on my resource page, I haven't added more yet. It's basically just an example, but I will add my mailers. Right now, it simply has Lead Sleep and the solo ads. So it's a couple of my resources, but I could add my mailers in here. You could add whatever resources you have, put the banners in, put pictures in, or just text. You can write a little bit about them, but it's a great way to get traffic or get people to look at what you're using, right? Because those are the tools and resources you use. I have an appointments page. So if people want to set up an appointment with me, they can come to my calendar, right? So I created a page and added the widget for the calendar. If I could click here to get started with CLB, this goes to my CLB page. Okay, so it's been edited. All right, let's go back to the home page. And we're going to scroll down and you're going to see some things on my blog. All right. So now I have not changed the header of the blog. I will show you some blogs that have been changed. Down here is a blog post about the power of attending our weekly Wednesday webinars. On the right-hand side, you'll notice I have a form here. So I'm going to show you how to add a form to your blog. I've added a banner to CLB Learning and a banner to my book. And when we scroll way down here, sponsored links. Do you see this right here? This is a Lead Sleep widget. And that Lead Sleep widget, whenever I do a blog post and it gets sent out to my Lead Sleep members and it's just posted out there, this generates traffic and generates income. Not a lot of income. If my blog was a little more active, it would generate more income, but it's generating income just by being on my blog. So I think that's pretty cool. So it's advertising other people's websites, right? So if you have a website listed in Lead Sleep, it would be rotated here and rotated wherever other people have that widget loaded. So those are the widgets. We got our blog posts. So you can see I have all kinds of blog posts here, right? And at the end of each of my blog posts, let me get to the end of this one here. Oh, it doesn't have my about me. I'm not sure why. Oh, I know. I have to actually click on the blog post to show the whole blog post. All right. So if I click on the blog post, when I get to the end of it in my blog, and I'll show you how to create this right there, author Janet Auger. So I have an about me in my user section in the back office. So I'm going to show you how to set that up as well. All right. So that's a lot to cover. Your head is probably spinning at this point. But just let me say, once you have your blog and once you have it set up, and you really don't need to do anything to your blog except post a blog post, write a blog post. We'll show you how to do that. You don't need to add pages. You don't need to add a form or other widgets and things on you don't have to do that. I do recommend that the minimum you do is add the Lead Sleep widget, okay? Because that's going to generate traffic and income for you. All right, so now let's go back. We're going to go into, actually, I want to show you a few other blogs so that you can see how creative you can get. All right, so here's Michael Lipsy. He's a pretty active blogger, and you can see that he has changed the header on his blog. All right, he has added a resources page. Let's have a look at Michael's resources page. On his resources page, he talks about CLB Learning, and he was using the Conversion Pros at the time. He hasn't updated that. I'll have to remind him. He's got the Traffic Leads Income Cash Mailer, right? So he's got some great resources back there. And who I am and what I do. Oh, okay. So he's changed that. He changed the who, instead of leaving it to CLB, he changed it to his own. So isn't that cool? Look at who I am. There's a little bit about Michael and what I do. So instead of leaving it the default where it's who we are and what we do about CLB Learning, he's branded it to himself. Really cool. All right, because he's already got a link. Get started with CLB. So let's go back to home. And if we click on the Get Started with CLB, just let this refresh the page. It goes to Michael's page. So you can see it's a different ID. That's going to Michael's CLB page. Let's go down here and you can see he's very prolific. He does videos with almost all of his blog posts. He does a quick video to summarize his blog post, and he writes a really great blog post. Okay. Got pictures in there, and he's quite active. So you can see there's, one, here's another one. He's very active, and he always comes and posts his blog in our Telegram group, because that's what you should do so that we can all share and get out there and read your blog post, number one, and then share it. And that helps to get eyes on the prize. Well, let's go back over to here. I did find Stephen Ackerman is another active blogger. He has a Tornado Traffic, which is a traffic program. And so he uses this as his weekly news. How cool is that for his traffic program, right? So he writes every week, he writes a different blog post, each volume, right? This is volume 282, this one, volume 283. I think that's pretty cool. So it's very consistent, and it's all about his traffic. Now, he hasn't changed anything. Who we are, what we do. Get started with CLB Learning. And if we go down the right, he hasn't added anything here. This is the default blog. But when we get to the bottom, sponsored links. And this is the Leads Lead widget. Again, it generates traffic and revenue just by being on your blog. And the more active you are with posting on your blog, the more traffic you're going to see. All right, so that's a lot of fun. And if you're looking for those blogs, you just come to contactlistbuilder.com and you click on the member showcase, and you'll see your blog will get listed here. So this is everyone who is a lifetime member of CLB Learning that has filled out a form and received a blog. Now, not all of these blogs are active, but they're here and they're getting, traffic just by being here. But they're not that active. Elizabeth, I know, was using her blog quite a bit. Darla has used hers. Come up here. There's a few people on here. Where's Jason? James has his blog. Jason has a blog. Let's have a look at their blog because they're both on the call. So I hope I'm not embarrassing you guys. All right, so here's Jason's blog. And so he's done some modification. Look how cool. All right, so isn't this cool? He's put a different picture. Look at all of the pages he's put up here on his menu. His resources, his referral challenge, about me. Like, how cool is that? Okay, so this is like his personal business card. He's branding himself. This is where people can come and get to know a little bit more about Jason, right? And so he hasn't done any blog posts yet. Okay, so this one is showing, as the featured blog. Okay, so you could change that. I'll have to look at that and show you how. And then we have all of his blog posts. So he's been very active. Okay, got to get you to come and post those blogs in the group, Jason, so that we can share them. And here's James's, and again, James is being an active blogger. Hasn't made a lot of changes to his blog, but he is blogging. Okay, he's writing articles, and that is important. So the only thing we need to get James to do is add the Leads Lead widget. Let's have a look at Jason's. Jason, did you add the Leads Lead widget? You've got Referral Frenzy there. That's pretty cool. There it is. There we go. Leads Lead widget, earning him traffic and commissions. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, well, I'm going to close these down so that we can come in. I'm just going to come back. I see there's some information. Abraham, you don't have a blog yet? Well, you're going to just go into CLB Learning and fill out that form, and we'll get that set up for you. And I'm just looking to see, just checking there's no anything I have to pay attention to in the chat. Good job, guys. All right, so here we are. This is my blog. All right, I want to go. Sorry, guys. I'll go to the training one. All right, so this is the blog that I had just created that's pretty naked. Okay, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to go to my dashboard. So when I create your blog, you're going to get an email from me with all of the details on how to log into your blog and access it with the video, with the that shows you all the setup of the blog. You're also going to get an email from the blogging system to set up the admin email. So you have to confirm that one. It's really important. Okay. Once you've got that, you're able to come in and log into your dashboard, and this is where it's going to bring you, all right, to this page that looks kind of weird and unfamiliar with lots of links to click. Now, I'm not going to go over everything. You don't need to know everything in the back office here. There's a few areas that you're going to want to pay attention to that you may want to know in the future. Once you've got your blog set up, if you want to add a form, if you're going to add the widgets, whatever you're going to do there, change your pictures. Once you've got it set up, all you're going to be doing with your blog is coming in and writing blog posts. Okay. So on a daily basis, you're not going to be in here changing things. It's like a set and forget. Once it's set up, then it's just a matter of the tools and resources that you use, because we all know that you have more tools and resources that are what inside CLB Learning. And so every tool and resource you have can become a blog post. You can write about it. You can write about how you use it. You can write about the results you're getting. And it just becomes a way to get more people coming and reading your information. The key to this is that it allows people to see you somewhat as an expert. And you don't have to be an expert for others to see you as an expert. Okay, so you're going to be writing about stuff that's relevant to what you're doing here online, and people are going to look at that and relate to it. And so they're going to take action as well, right? Those are going to be people that are going to become your friends. They're going to fill out your forms. They're going to join your programs. So here we are in the back office. So we're going to go through some areas back here that you're going to want to pay attention to. So of course we have posts. That's kind of a given. That's where you're going to write your blog posts. Now let's talk a minute. It's down here. We have pages. So what's the difference between a page and a post? So you saw when we went to the blog and I went down the main page and there were all those posts, right? Those are articles. Think of it as news articles. So you're writing an article about something. And every time you write an article, it just puts it above the ones below it. All right. And so it just keeps rotating all the time. The pages, and we call those dynamic. The pages are static. They don't change. You create a page that goes up on your menu that people can access. And sometimes you can create a page that's kind of private that people only get if you send them the link. It doesn't have to be on the menu. Oh, we won't get there. That'll just confuse you. But when you create a page, you're going to put it on the menu. We'll show you how to do that. And it stays there, right? And so that's a page with information like resources and things like that. Okay, so if you have a primary business, you can have a page about your primary business. You can have a page about your resources. You want to be careful not to have too many pages. You really don't want to confuse the people that come to your blog. I mean, I've been on some blogs where they've got like 30, 40 pages up there. And that, I guess traffic, I get that. It really depends on the purpose of your blog, but I want people to come to my blog and get the information they need, right? So I want to keep it simple. So pages and posts. So posts are what you're going to use all the time. Pages are what you're going to set up and edit when they need to be edited and what have you. Okay. Otherwise, they're just going to sit there. Now, media, this is where you can upload images. So if we go to the media, to our library, so these are the default images that are in the blog. They just come when I redo the blog, it creates images. Okay, but you can upload images here. And you might want to. So if I might want to add my picture, so I can just go here, add a new media file. I can select my files and I can just go into my pictures and I can find pictures. Here's a CLB picture. I can add that. So there's a picture I can use in my blog posts. And I don't need to add all my pictures now. I can add them as I'm doing my posts. So when you're doing a post and you want to add a picture, we'll show you how to do that. It will add it to your library, okay, when you upload it. So that's kind of cool. So that's your media. We've got your posts. So let's just click on posts for a moment. So here, all right, I've done some playing on this blog last time we're here. Work from home solutions. So these are all drafts that I've set up, I've been playing with, right? And here is the main blog that's up there. So it's up there and that's what comes with your blog. On this one, I have learned when I set them up now, I change the author. So when yours comes, it should have your name here as author. Okay. Comments now. When you do a blog post, people are going to comment on your blog posts, and those comments are going to come here. When I set up your blog, I'm going to show you the settings. I usually have it set so that the comments need to be manually approved. And I do that so that if you get spam coming in, you can just delete those. You can add the Akismet plugin if you want. That'll get rid of your spam for you. Like even right here, it says there's one in spam. Right, so there's a spam one, and it is spam, right? So I could delete that permanently. So that's just your comments need to be approved when they come in. So you'll get an email when someone comments on your blog, and then you can come to your blog and approve it or delete it. We don't need the terms. The appearance, this is your theme. So let's just click on appearance. This is the default theme that is set up when I set up your blog, and you'll see that you have an option for any of these themes. You can test them, you can put it up and activate it and have a look at it. If there is a WordPress theme that you would like to have, contact me, let me know what the theme is. I can look it up and see if it's network available and be happy to download it for you. All right, but let's click on one if I want to go live preview. So I can click on each of them just to see what is it going to look like? What will my blog look like in that theme? And so here it is. All right, so it looks a little bit different, kind of pretty, right? Now this is just the blog. You would have to come in and edit all of that. Okay. You're going to edit, you'd have to edit all that chat. All right, so let's come back and have a look at one of the other themes, so we can do a live preview. So it just gives you an idea to have a look at what it looks like, right? So this one comes up, list building with Janet was there. Now this one has all of my posts. It's kind of unique looking. All right, it's kind of cool. And if I decided, oh, I kind of like that, I would just activate and publish. Okay, so that you can change that theme. And like I said, if there's a theme that you would like, you can let me know. Now, the other area you're going to do on your themes is widgets and menus. All right. You're probably not going to change much else, but let's go to the widgets because these are little creatures on the side of your blog. Okay. So if we want to add a widget, we would just click on this plus button and it brings up a menu option. Most of the time, now if I'm going to add a form, if I want to put a form on my blog, I would use the code to get an HTML code, right? So I would go code right there. And here's where I would enter the code. So I could go to Lead Sleep and grab the code for Lead Sleep and enter it here. All right. Now, if I want to add a banner widget, well, even here, I could add a banner here if I had my banner code from the back office of CLB Learning. So if we go into CLB Learning to our affiliate toolbox, we come down here to the banners, right? I could add this banner. I could just grab that code. Oops. I'd probably want to change the link because I'd rather put, all right, so then I'm just going to put the code in there. Custom HTML. So there we go. And preview. There it is. So isn't that cool? Now I have it on there. Now the key here is that I have to save this. There we go. Up here it says update. So if I update my blog, all right, if I go here, I can open this in a new link and I will now have a banner. There we go. There's my banner down on the right-hand side. That was easy. And if I click it, it goes to CLB Learning. So like I said, I would probably change that. So it went to, anybody want to guess? Where would I prefer to send that banner? Rather than the affiliate page, send them to my opt-in page, right? Send them to the capture page for CLB Learning. That's what you do. All right, so that's how you add HTML just to the sidebar. Now let's talk a little bit about the Lead Sleep widget because that one is a little different. So if we go to widgets, if you click down here, we have to go into Lead Sleep to get the code, but I'm just going to show you here. And it's right down here. Lead Sleep ad widget. See it down there, right there? You click on that, that brings it here, and it says sponsored links. And maybe we'll go in and get this code right now. All right, so there it is, the Lead Sleep widget, widget parameters only. All right. This is like easier than you can imagine. So we're going to go to Lead Sleep. I'm going to see if Janet can remember where to find her widgets. Right down here, all right, under Earn, get pay per click widget code. We're going to click on that. And there is the default code of the default widget. You can edit it if you want. Mine is, I like it to be responsive with all 6 ads. Now we're going to go here to get code. If you want to edit this, you can change the colors and what have you. I'm going to get the code. Now here, this is important. I hope you're really paying attention, okay? This is not the code you're going to use. You're going to scroll down to the bottom here, right here, the alternative WordPress solution. This is the code you're going to copy. All right, so you're going to copy that code, come back to your widget, and paste it. Whoop, paste it right there. Whoops. Let's go get our code. And we're going to paste it. There we go. All right. Now let's update and have a look, shall we? Now let's visit our site and see if we have a widget. And boom. See how easy that was? Now really, my blog is ready to go. It's ready for me to start posting. Now let's come back. There's more we want to do in our blog. We're going to, come back to my dashboard. So your dashboard is where everything is. So we've been down here. We've done our themes. We've done our widgets. Let's talk about the menus. So if you create a page, all right, if you create a page on your system, you're going to want to add it to your menu. And this is where you do it. All right, you're going to edit the menu. So the menu is up there. You can see it has posts, get started with CLB, who we are, what we do. We don't have posts up there. We just have home, who we are, what we do, get started with CLB. Let me make this bigger so that you guys can see that. All right, so this is the menu on the right here. On the left is where you can add things. So you can add, if I wanted to add posts. Now, when you create a page, over here, when you create a new page, it's going to show up here, most recent or view all. It'll show here. Those are your pages. And you can select the page you want to have on your menu. So let's say that we want to put the post there. I'm going to add it to the menu. All right, so it put it down there. Now maybe I want to move this so my posts show up there, right? Or I can move it so it shows up there. But I just wanted to show you that you can move that. Now let's say that I have this here, but I decided I don't want my page up there. So I come down here, I just click that menu and remove it. Did you see I clicked the little up and down menu? So you just click that and click remove. And then remember when you're done to update, save your menu. Okay. And then you're done. All right, so if I wanted to put the posts back on there again, I'm going to add it to the menu. And I can put my posts here. And I can save my menu. And now I can show you. There we go. So now it shows posts on my menu. Okay, so you see how it changed that? So we'll just move it around at the top here. Now, if you add another page, it's going to move that menu down. So just to be aware, it's going to edit it so it fits on the page. Okay, so that's the menu. All right, what else have we got here? If you wanted to change the header, if you want a different picture on your header, that's under the header. Here's your picture. Okay, so you can upload an image and then change the image here on your blog, and you'll be able to see it in live. You can change it back if it doesn't fit or it's doesn't look right. So not every picture is going to fit in there perfectly. Okay, let's get down here to settings. I still want to, where's my user settings? There you are. Okay. Users. I want to go here first before we get into the settings. All right. So when I set your blog up, I'm going to set you up as a user. All right. And I will create a password for you. So when you come in here, you will see your user and you can edit your user. And if you come down here, right, so you're going to be an administrator so that you can manage it. It has my nickname. I always have it display your full name. You can change that. It has my email. Now, you can set a new password right here, biographical info. So remember on my blog, I had the about me. This is where that was. This is the about me information. All right, so whatever you put here is going to show on your blog post. At the end of your blog post, it will show about the author. All right. This is, it'll be shown publicly, so it'll show on every one of your blog posts. So I think that is actually quite important because it allows people when they read their blog posts to know a bit more about you without having to go to the about page or anything like that. Okay. If you want to change your password, this is where you're going to do that. And down here, if you have a Hive account, you can enter your Hive information here and it will post your blog posts automatically to the Hive network. If you're not familiar with that, we used to do trading. I haven't been active there with that. And in fact, last time I went, I had a hard time getting my password. But if you have your information and you are familiar with it, feel free to use it. It's optional. You don't need to put anything in there. All right. So there's nothing you need to change back here except to add your biographical information. Okay. And make sure that once you add your information, come down to the bottom of the page and update your user information. Okay. Now, none of the settings, if we go to, all right. Okay. It's telling me, hang on. I made changes. Leave. All right. We come to our settings. We have our general settings. And this is where I changed the name of the blog. And you'll notice when we looked at Michael's blog, it said, truckers blogging because he's a trucker. And so his blog is all about trucking. It's still a CLB blog and it still welcomes him to CLB, but he's branded it as Michael the Traveling Trucker. And I think that's pretty cool. This is where he did it. So he would have changed the name of the blog there. This is what shows up on your blog. See, list building with Janet Legere, contact list builder marketing blog. There we go. Contact, that's that information right there. So you can change that, right? You can change those words right here under general settings. The administration email address. Now, this email address is one I would have changed it to your email address, and you'll receive an email from WordPress to confirm that email. Okay, if you haven't done that, then you will not have access to everything in the back office. You need to have admin access. Okay, so make sure you confirm that email. Now, the writing tools, there's really nothing you're going to really need here unless you set up categories and you want to add them or change them. Not necessary. Under reading, this is where you can change it. I have it so that it's your latest blog post is showing up there. Okay, so it's always going to have your most recent blog post. That's what's going to show on the main page. You could change it to have a static page. Now, this gets a little more advanced. And on a static page, it means that when somebody goes to your contact list builder blog, they're just going to see whatever page you have listed there, which might invite them to, fill out the form. It might invite them to do other things, whatever you want. And then you would have a page for your posts. So you would have to create a page that just said posts or blog or whatever you wanted to call it. You would create a blank page, just name it, and then you would select that page here. And what would happen is every time you do a blog post, it will post it to that page. And when people go to your blog, they'll see posts and they can click. We would add that posts page to the menu, right? It's like I said, this is getting advanced. Don't let it, don't try to wrap your head around it. I just need you to know that this is a possibility. If you get to this and you want to do that, you want to change your blog so it's showing a static page, you want to create a post page, just get in touch with me and I'll be happy to help set that up for you, okay? Because it is a little more advanced. I just want you to know that that's available. Now, under discussion, these are your comments. So you'll see comment, author must fill out name and email. Where allow people to submit comments. Some here I have it. All right, anyone can post a comment, but a comment is held for moderation. If you want to change that, you can. It would mean that all your comments would get posted to your blog automatically. Highly recommend you keep this held for moderation and that you come in and check your comments. All right, there's a lot of people post a lot of garbage on blog posts, so it's best that you have control of that, okay? And that's really all that you need to know here. Permalinks, not something you need to change. We have it going to your post. All right, so it's going to go to your right here. That's the default for your blog posts. It's going to show your blog name and then the title of your post. You can have it different if you want to have it be like this with a date. Anything, you can have it. You can change it. All right. Recommend you just leave it. These are not things you need to do. So the only things you need to do is post. All right. Well, come in here, set up the widget for lead sleep. That's the minimum we want to do. Remember, that's here under appearance, widgets. And you just click the plus sign and locate that lead sleep widget, which is down here near the bottom, right there, lead sleep add widget. And you simply add that and grab the code from lead sleep. It's very simple. All right, you don't even have to change the code. Just grab the generic code. And remember, when we go to the widget, to the lead sleep widget, it's the WordPress, alternative WordPress code. If you use the other one, it won't work on the blog. Okay. Now, let's have some fun and create a post. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come to posts and you're going to click add a new post. And maybe you're going to write about something. What are you going to write about? You're going to write about your experience with CLB learning. You can write about some of the resources in the back office. If you're a good writer, you just get at it, right? Put in a title and just start writing your blog post down here. So you put your title up here and then you just start typing here. You can add pictures. So it's just like a normal text editor, okay? Now, if you want to get creative, you can go and use Chat GPT. So I don't know if you're familiar with Chat GPT. Everybody is using it these days. It works wonders. And the cool thing about it is the more you use it and the more you train it, right? You got to train it to talk like you, to write like you. So I want you to see when I go to my blog. So this most recent post right here, Unlocking Growth, the Power of Weekly Wednesday Webinars at CLB Learning. It came right from Chat GPT. Like I thought it was just so cool. I put it in there, said, write me a blog post about the benefits of attending our weekly webinars. And here it is. And, in today's fast-paced digital world, continuous learning is the key to success. Whether you're an entrepreneur, marketer, or someone looking to expand your skill set, staying updated with the latest industry trends is essential. That's where CLB Learning's weekly Wednesday webinars come in. And then it goes on. What are CLB webinars? So it talks about what it is. Why attend expert led training, interactive learning, stay updated, networking opportunities, convenient and free. It doesn't get what to expect, how to join, and then I put a picture. I actually asked it to create me a picture, and then I asked it, so it brought up a picture of people in a room and with a man up the front. So I said, well, can you do it so it's showing like a Zoom webinar? So it created that, but it still had the man. I said, could you make the picture a female presenter? So that's how it did. So ChatGPT created the blog post for me, and all I had to do was copy it and paste it into my blog. All right. And then I created, right, because in my information, in my about me information, and I can show you that because I have it listed there. I go to my users. Here's my user, and I click on edit. And I come down here, and there's my bio. All right. Now, when it comes up, it's there we are. I can have my website, right? So it goes to my website because I have it listed there. So you could put your CLB capture page or your affiliate page or whatever you want there. If you have your own page, you can put it there, your own website. All right, so that's where you're going. Those are the things you really want to do. You want to set up your about information, and then you just start doing blog posts. So it's that simple. Okay. So do we want to do a Chat GPT blog post? How are we for time here? Let's come back into the room. I'm just going to stop share and come back into chat mode. And you guys can all unmute yourselves if you want. Just give it an unmute. Let me know if you have any questions and if there's anything that you want to see. Jason said he uses Chat GPT a lot. I use it to help me write follow-up letters. Yeah, it's an incredible little program. The truth is it's here to stay. So learn to use it because it's really going to benefit you. It really is. You're taking a free course, how to use it effectively. I mean, that's the other thing to do, right, guys? Don't assume. Did we not have a blog already set up for you, Vicky? Okay, well, I'll get that set up for you. Okay, awesome. Good stuff. All right, anybody else, if you're an upgraded member, remember just log into the back office of CLB Learning, go to the upgraded membership bonuses and fill out that form. And I will get the blog usually within 24 to 48 hours. Oh, well, it's easy to procrastinate. Tomorrow is going to come eventually. Not. We just got at some point you just got to say, okay, that's it. I'm just going to do it. I'm guilty of the same thing. So, anyone else? Anything else you guys want to know or want me to go over on the blog? If not, we'll wrap things up for today. I think we covered a lot. The idea is I just want you guys to see that, oh, I know. Ah, one other thing I forgot to tell you. Oh my gosh, you got to go back into desktop sharing. Got to go back into desktop sharing because this is one of the coolest features of your upgraded Lead Sleep membership. Okay. Whenever you, so I posted this blog post, right? Unlock growth. Watch this. After I posted it, I got an email notification telling me that Lead Sleep set up a broadcast, and here it is, right? Unlock growth, the power of weekly webinars, and that's gone out. So it's already gone out to my list, and I didn't do anything except write the blog post. So let me show you that. We come down here, right? Right under broadcast, it says blog to broadcast and YouTube to broadcast. If you're not using these two features, you really, really need to. Jason, I hope you have that set up. So you click on blog to broadcast, and you'll see here, here's my coach Janet. So whatever your blog name is, so contactlistbuilder.com/ whatever your username is, / feed. That's all you put in here, right? So you add a new blog, and I would put / feed, right? So that's the blog that I just set up, my training, right? Feed. Now this is the default email that is set up. You can edit it. All right. So here it just has the blog title. So it doesn't have a first name or anything. As you saw in my email, it just had the blog title. And I'll show you the email. I have just published a new blog post titled, and it pulls the title out of the blog, and it pulls a snippet from the first bit of your blog. And then it says, read the full article here. And it puts the link, kindest regards, Janet. So I'm going to change this because I want it to have my signature. Or I could just remove that and it would add my signature. I might want to add more. Remember to comment and share. It's much appreciated. Have a great day. And my signature. Okay, so then I come down here and I can, now I tell it what lists I want it to go to. So I want it to go to all of my lists. I can have it send it out automatically, or I can have it just create and don't send. So it would save it as a draft. And that is what I do with my YouTube videos. So they don't go out automatically. I go in and edit them. I can edit the email when it comes in. The blogs I usually have send out automatically. So I can activate this and save it. And now I have a new blog set up. All right. So there's the email that's going to go out. Right. They're the first 55 words of your blog post. So it tells you what's going to go in here. And there's my signature, and we're ready to go. Let me close this. All right, so you'll see there's the new thing, the new blog with the feed. And so now if I go, it won't go, it's not going to post posts that are already there. Only when I create a new blog post. So if I go to that training blog and I create a new blog post, it will send an email out with the link to that blog post. So if you haven't set that up, make sure you do. And the same thing with the YouTube to broadcast. So if you're doing any kind of YouTube videos that especially you want them to head out to your list, I mean, you got to get more eyes on your videos. And especially like Vicky, I know you were doing shorts. If anybody's doing YouTube shorts, whatever, if you're doing YouTube videos, make sure you set this up. And if you're wondering how to do it, the tutorials right here shows you exactly where to find your YouTube information, but make sure you set those up. So blog to broadcast, YouTube to broadcast, and you'll see when I click on broadcast, see right here, there's the webinar, the CLB Quick Start Guide. So that was our Wednesday webinar last week. So once the video was posted up on YouTube, it created a broadcast for me and it went out to my list. So and it just tells you 40 people opened it and 6 people clicked. So it's pretty cool. All right, back into the room. Any other questions? I'm really glad I remembered that. Kind of an important little bit. of Leadsley. It makes it all the more reason to make sure you're an upgraded member there. It's such an incredible little program. So any questions, comments, anything? You guys are good?
Thank you.
Brian says, have each of your posts include a link back to your YouTube channel. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea, Brian. Brian, at the bottom, make sure you go to my YouTube channel. Always invite, that's the other thing. When you're writing a blog post, always at the end of it, invite your reader to do something. Even as you're writing your blog post, like invite them to do things. Make sure you click here. Make sure you go and visit this. Make sure you come and do this. Because they're going to be all over your blog. They're going to be checking things. So make sure you tell them what to do. People need to be told. All right, that's it for me today. Thanks, everybody. You guys are awesome. Remember, no call next week. All right, we're grandparenting. We have our grandkids in for the week, so there will be no webinar next week. The following week, we're going to be talking about your daily action plan. Very important thing. Got to have those lists. All right, you guys have a great week. Love you all. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Janet. Bye, everyone.
Janet. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Bye, all.